Hi, Attorney Vic. Hi, Sir Jerry. First of all, congratulations po for the book launching and more power to both of you. Simple na naman po yung questions ko. By the way, Antoinette Perez de Tagle from Saksi ngayon. Ang question ko lang po, what can the readers learn from your book po? Kingmaker, the hard copy.
What can the readers?
Learn from your book. From the book.
Madami. I think in the book, it was clearly laid out there that from the beginning, even during the campaign, I was already, during the campaign, I've laid down and practiced good governance in the management of the campaign. And early on in the administration of the current administration, I was laying down the groundwork for good governance, simply because that's what people were expecting when they voted the man into office to become our 17th president. Yun ang inaasahan ng tao at ayokong biguin yon. Within my limited powers and capability as the executive secretary. Malinaw doon sa libro. What do the people can derive from reading the book? I think if they read the book, all its pages, they will have a better understanding of how much money they need to spend to demonize me. I guess they will realize how much ruthless people can get all in the name of paid journalism or paid vlogging. And I think, ang isang mapupulot din nila riyan, pasensya lang, everything is timing.
Thank you for the question. Next question, please.
Hello, Attorney Vic Rodriguez and Mr. Jerry Lirio. Thank you so much first po for publishing this book. It was a roller coaster ride actually, reading the book, because realizing na you put so much effort for the sitting president. Lahat ng diskarte ginawa niyo po para mailagay siya dyan. So indeed, you are a kingmaker. But of course, Attorney Glenn Chong is having an allegation against the First Lady that although the First Lady thanked you for making President Marcos Jr. win the presidency, there is also an allegation, of course, that the First Lady actually talked to the Smartmatic people to make her husband win. Any takes on his statement, please?
Thank you, Princess Maui. I'm honored. Finally, we've met.
The honor is
I
mine as
spoke to Attorney Glenn Chong about this. At nagkakaintindihan naman kami ni Attorney Glenn Chong. I'm not one to impose my views and belief on anyone. I told Glenn Chong, as far as I'm concerned, because of the amount of effort and Herculean task and time that I've invested prior to the campaign, during the campaign, nanalo talaga si Pangulong Marcos, si BBM nun. Nanalo si BBM. And I have always been objective pag tinatanong ako sa mga bagay na hindi naman ako, marami kasi nagsasabi, pinoprotektahan pa rin yan si Bongbong. Hindi, magkaibigan pa rin yan. Hindi yun. Sasagot ako base sa aking nalalaman. Sasagot ako base sa aking pinapaniwalaan. I'm not protecting President Marcos. I know this for a fact. Nanalo naman talaga yung tao. Ang konteksto ng pagkakaunawa ko doon sa sinasabi ni Attorney Glenn Chong, because sila nag-uusap And Glenn understands the technicals ng automated election and automated counting. Ang konteksto nung kay Attorney Glenn Show, hindi yan ang totoong bilang ni BBM. Hindi ka 31 million. It could be much, much lower than 31 million, but it's not 31 million. And understanding yung nuances, plausible naman yung kanyang sinasabi. So, hindi ko sinasabing mali siya. Pero ang sinasabi ko, nanalo talaga si Bongbong Marcos. And whether it is only by one vote, I will take it because a win is a win.
Of course, we have to question din, no? Kahit isang botong hindi nabilang ay questionable na po yung ating 2022 elections. Thank you so much, Attorney.
Thank you for your question. Next, please. Next question. Okay. Please state your name before you ask your question.
Good morning, Attorney Vic, Sir Jerry.
Morning.
I'm Bing Habanan from Nation Week. Attorney Vic, meron po ba kayong pinagsisihan after na naipanalo nyo si Presidente Marcos?
Wala akong pinagsisiyan. All the time na magkasama kami, maayos kami ni then BBM na yung Pangulong Marcos. And again, I'm not protecting him. Kinikwento ko lang lagi pag natatanong ako, how was he to me? Maayos kami ni President Marcos. Hindi niya ako pinakitaan ng kahit na anong kagaspangan o disrespect. No? In fact, he values my timely, relevant, and sound advice and counsels. Maayos kami. Wala akong pinagsisihan. Nangyari na lang yung nangyari dahil, siyempre, pagka nanalo na, marami ng marurunong eh. But it was a good journey, especially when during the time, ang lagi kong paliwanag, nagsama kami ni BBM nung panahon na madilim, walang buwan, walang bituin, walang kuryente, malamig, wala kaming kumot, hanggang sa dahan-dahan, ay tatawid namin yung magdamag, at nung magbubukang liwayway na, at kami nakatindig pa rin, ayan na, madami nang gustong sumama. So hindi ko pinagsisisihan yun. Masarap yung biyahing yun. At I think, to be fair to him, na-appreciate din niya yun. Alam naman niya yun, na wala nang gusto magpa-picture sa kanya nun eh. Everybody regarded him as a political gunner. Wala na. Especially, nung nagdesisyon din siya na hindi na kumandidato muna nung midterm election. Tamang desisyon din yun. Dahil ang tingin nila, wala na. Kakalimutan ka na after 6 years. But I have another take on that. Ako, naniniwala ako, no, don't run ang midterm. Sabihin ng tao, ginamit mo lang itong issue ng election protest para pag-usapan ka. But remember, ang sinasabi natin, the moment you sign the election protest, you took that to mean as a social pact with the Filipino people that you will find every single vote that were diverted and went missing. Kailangan nating tapusin ang election protest na ito regardless of the outcome, regardless of the court's finding.
Sir, kung meron kang pinagsisihan, ano ito?
Wala. Wala akong makitang dapat kong pagsisihan. Yung tinulungan ko siya, if that's what you're trying to elicit from me, no. I've helped him because I believe he won noong 2016. I've helped him because I am a firm believer that he was cheated. Nagkataon lang na ang personalidad ay Bongbong Marcos. But kung nag-iba yun at ganun din na nagkausap kami at hiningi ang tulong ko, tutulong din ako. Dahil yun ang tama at yun ang paninindigan at ang aking prinsipyo na hindi mo dapat salaulain ang ating election process.
last question. Sir, anong plano niyo sa 2025?
Wala pa. Ang librong ito ay stand-alone. Nasa Malacanang pa ako. Nung kung ano-ano na ang pangawalang hiyaba na ikinakalat na laban sa akin, na si Ginoong Chet Pastrana daw una ay bayaw ko. Nandito yung bayaw ko present. Yung totoo kong bayaw, hindi itong bayaw-bayawan na si Chet Pastrana. Nung hindi nila mapagtugma, si Chet daw ay bilas ko na. Kaya kung ano ba talaga si Chet, bayaw ba kita o bilas? At yung asawa ko daw at asawa ni Ginoong Pastrana ay magkapatid. Truth of the matter, na-meet ko lang ang very lovely wife ni Ginoong Chet Pastrana noong January of 2024. Noon lang kami nagkakilala ni Mary Ann. Si Chet, nagkaharap kami nung simula lang, bago magsimula ang kampanya. I think, Chet, that was October or November, nung siya ay nagpunta sa HQ volunteering to help. So wala kaming relasyon ni Chet. Now, going back to your question, wala pa akong, if you're trying to lead into the midterm election, wala akong plano pa, wala pa akong desisyon. I've been hearing the people asking me, but I am just preoccupied with this book, because this book, again, I owe it to the Filipino people to tell the truth, straighten out the many lies, and I owe it to my children. That's why I have to bring out this book.
Thank you, sir.